welcome to another yet wonderful educative episode of African Student Voice on AU TV. We believe that we always want to inform to transform, and I'm your host, Agyemang Okyere Darko. Of late, student leadership has been on the radar because we ought to train, create, and empower a whole generation of leaders who are filled with integrity, honesty, and professionalism to help change the terrain of African leadership to a different level. And it's unfortunate, or let's say it's unfortunate when we find student leaders being endangered politically. Today, in the studio, we're discussing student leadership and political infiltration. What are the effects and how does it leave our leaders? Objective or the other way around? Don't go anywhere. Be right back. Welcome back to African Student Voice on AU TV. As we always say, to inform, to transform. We will look forward to inform, to transform you. So on the topic, student leadership and political infiltration. With me in the studio, our great set of guests to help me discuss this to the latter. I have with me Mr. Ibrahim Mahama, local news president for the Islamic University of Ghana, and Ms. Francisca Lynn Willis, Women's Commissioner for Nansford University College, and I have with me, Mr. Ebenezer Gapo Gapson, President of the Ghana Union of Professional Students. Nice people, you're welcome to African Student Voices.
Thank you.
Thank you.
This topic is very, very important because I'm so passionate about this. Student leadership is very important to this continent. Very respectable position, but I think that for the past years, it's trying to turn a different level that we didn't expect it to go. And I need you to talk to the issues. Well, let's begin from a very common ground. I'll start with Ibrahim. Ibrahim, share with us what your values are, personal values, to begin.
Once again, good afternoon to everyone watching us and then the entire student of the continent of Africa. My personal value has to do with the value of humility first.
Humility?
Yes. And then the value of I will see it as an karma, because I believe with humility, and then anything that you are doing, you should know that
it can be done to you.
It can be done to you back. So first of all, yes, personally, that's
your value.
Yes, that's
sure.
My value.
Let's go to Francisca. Len, what are your personal values first, please?
Okay. I also have to do with humility. I'm really respectful, and I don't compromise with that. And time, I really value time. I get furious when things ought to be done and it's not being done. You have the bad side of me, but I really value time. So if I say I have to do this, I work it and I do it within the shortest possible time.
Great. Let's end with Ebenezer on the personal value aspect.
Well, I have 3 personal values. That is, the first and foremost is being dedicated to a cause. Because if you are not dedicated to something, you will not be able to give your best. Then I believe in accountability. I believe that everything that you do in this world, you would be accounted for. So basically, everything that I do, I believe in accountability.
Great.
And the last and foremost, and that is very, very most important to me, is being selfless.
Okay.
Because I believe that if you have selfless people in Ghana or in Africa, Africa would go beyond all things that we want to do. So I believe in these three things actually moves me. Great.
Let me read a quick paragraph of an article that was published on the 14th of February 2020 in Ghana, and it says that it's from Professor George Oduro, the immediate past Pro Vice Chancellor of the University of Cape Coast UCC. And he has called on student leaders to remain committed to their core mandates and resist from attempts to infiltrate their rank with partisan politics. Now, he noted that the habitual politicization of all issues in Ghana was not merely a concocted perception, but a veritable phenomenon with serious implications on developmental priorities and policy strategy. In quotes, politics is not inevitably bad, but the often needless politicization of every issue at the expense of strategic prioritization of national development dogmas must be discouraged. So there he makes the point about student leaders accepting or perhaps engaging themselves in partisan politics. This issue isn't going to be only for Ghana. I believe that in most parts of most countries in Africa, or student leaders who find themselves in other countries, other African countries, have this temptation or have this issue on their radar that political leaders are trying to infiltrate them. But let's talk about the basis. When, as a student leader, with a value, as you said, you have your own personal values, karma, you have humility, and a political leader comes in to discuss, or let's say, to draw you, turn you to become partisan. How does this affect or how do you find this invitation, a partisan invitation to your desk as a student leader? How do we find this, basically?
First of all, this is a very dicey topic.
Sure.
And it's something that is there and is happening.
Sure.
And when you look at it very well, you could see that if we don't find solution to it, trust me, it's going to affect us now and then the future generation.
But Ibrahim, is this true? What you just said, is it true?
It's true. It's very true. Even as student leaders currently, it's very true, and it's going on. And it's even becoming worse. So I think it's high time we find a solution to it before it becomes late. I mean, so when you look at politicians coming in, trying to make you loyal to what they want.
Yeah.
First of all, one thing I always ask myself is, that person that wants you to do whatever he wants for him.
Yeah.
So you as a person, you also have to ask yourself, so me as a person, what is also my future?
Sure.
Because if you are able to identify what you want and what your future could be, then you'll be able to tell whether this thing that I'm going to do, is my future going to be bright based on this, or is going to cripple me going forward.
Okay.
And when I say cripple you going forward, has to do it. Remember, these politicians, when they are coming up with something for you to do for them, they always want you to do against their opposition or their opponent.
Sure.
And then their opponent also have family and then friends within them.
Yes.
And you as a person, you've also built some kind of relationship with brothers, sisters, and friends all over.
Sure.
And remember, when you are doing a campaign on the campuses, it's not every, all the parties, one way or the other, voted for you, not because they voted for you because you belong to this party or because you belong to party B or A, but maybe because of your personality with them, because of how you relate to them, because of who they know you to be growing up with.
Yes.
So when these people like this have built that confidence with you, knowing that for you, you will not become like someone that they never like, then at the end of the day, just because you are now a student leader, then a political party comes to tell you that we want you to do this to help us. Maybe they've promised you a position or they are even giving you money, and you don't sit down and ask yourself, hey, this one that I'm going to do, is it going to go against the will of the mass student that voted me into power, or is it going to benefit just the political party? Mind you, as you grow, from the scratch,
Sure.
you would have some people that will not like you.
Yes.
And you have some people that will like you.
Sure.
But the decision that you make growing up will make those who do not like you to start liking you or to even hate you more.
Okay.
Or will make those that are supporting you to continue supporting you or to fade out. So are you going to build a future to add more to your support, or you are going to build a future that will be fading out of some people that join you not based on your party? So in taking a decision, you have to be very, very critical with it. If that political party is coming and it's something that is going to against the masses of those who voted for you, then don't go for it. Otherwise, it's going to affect your entire future.
Sure.
And mindful to those political parties that usually comes in with you. Look, trust me, if you go by what they always want, they will promise you the big, big position. But when we get to the top there, trust me, at that point, they wouldn't allow you. Because every human being have a guilty conscience.
Yeah.
And at that time that he was able to lure you to do what will benefit him, he's also thinking that when you get to that big position that he gave to you, the way he was able to lure you is the same thing that his enemy can easily come in and also lure you to betray him. So he wouldn't allow. So it's better you stand firm and build your own empire. So at the end of in the future, when he even realized that, you even seems to have even all the parties, members of all the parties following you, than he was thinking. You even said they'll even become afraid of you to come in of something that will just benefit them. So I believe you have to first of all look at within yourself. Who are you? What do you want your future to become like? And also build your own empire so that at the future they will rather look at you and learn, but not for you to be running through someone thinking that that is where your success belongs to. Yeah.
So let's come to learn about that. As Ibrahim mentioned, that you have to understand that you have a future, and in order not to jeopardize your future, you don't have to get involved in partisan politics, because those that voted for you were not voting for you because you were on the political ticket with their emblem or their logo by your side. It was just you on the paper. But let's come to the aspect that you can't control. It is hard to control the political infiltration. It's hard to control because they are in government, they have the powers, they put the guns and all that. They have come to start, or let's say recruit students, junior, or let's say campus groups in their name. Do you think that these activities should be encouraged, whereby political parties come and then create a caucus for themselves, or a party or association on campus in their name to drive the agenda? Do you encourage, or should we applaud that activity?
I think no, because it's actually dividing our things that actually go on in our universities. And first of all, before a political party will come to you, it means you are really doing well. They won't go to somebody who is just there, go to the office and do nothing. They'll first come to you because you are doing well. And you should know, because you are doing well, that's why they are coming to you. So you should stand firm. You shouldn't go with anything they just say. So coming back to should it be encouraged in our universities, I think it's a big no. I'll cite an example.
Sure.
On my campus, I was going for vice president, and for some time now, we were electing Ghanaians as vice president because the population of Ghanaians in our campus had increased. Then this political party, because they want their people to be in there so that they can control things, decided to bring that issue up. Though it's the right thing, but because they want to control, which makes it not a good thing for political parties to be on campus, because their main aim is to control things on campus, and we must be independent.
Yes.
So they are invading in our in our independence. Yeah. So I think it shouldn't be encouraged.
What can you say can affect the university if we are to sit and watch political parties create their groups, empower them and enrich them? What do we stand to lose?
Our independence. We are in school to study, okay? Yes. And I believe if we are in school to study, then we shouldn't really be so close to those who are already, the system is corrupted. You go to parliament, people are just walking out, and these political parties on campuses are just mainly set up to defend their agenda. Mainly defend their agenda. Why should it be on campus when I'm on campus to study, come out and be better off? And it shouldn't be on campus. If it should be created, it should be outside campus, because it's just corrupting what we are in there to study. So it shouldn't be on campus.
Great. So so the issue of political parties starting their association on campus is a no-go area.
No, please.
But let's come to Eben about the issue. Now they are there.
Yes.
How much damage have they caused?
Well, they've caused a lot of damages. If you look at how they have been able to take over the SRCs, take over unions and other, in fact they take decisions for unions. If you are not as strong and as somebody who is objective, somebody who stands to his grounds about an issue, that means they are going to influence your decision. And that way, in as much as maybe you are a union head, you want to take your decision, and maybe the decision will not go in favor of maybe one particular political line, and maybe in an SRC, the majority of the SRCs are in that particular line. That means they are going to tone to that particular line and take decisions that will counter your decision. And that will also not make your administration strong. So the best thing is that I think they should just take their hands off student leadership.
You know, perhaps I don't think that they may have thought of coming in with any sort of damaging thoughts. What is the essence of involving them? Because they believe they come in with clean hands, or let's say with a clean hands, with a clean agenda. But is it true that whatever they bring, irrespective, still causes damage to the student's body?
Well, I just wanted to add a little to my sister's submission that as students, we were being told, or we were asked to go to school to acquire knowledge, to think for ourselves, to be able to make good decisions that will help improve our country. Yeah. Now, you go to school, you join yourself to one particular political party,
because they are intended to come and groom you to become good leaders,
now,
right? Sure.
You are being groomed to become a good leader, but as it stands now, students are not being objective because of they are being blinded with a particular political affiliation that they belong to. So instead of having students take decisions with their mindsets being standard, or not thinking about their political parties or political affiliations, they are not doing that. They are rather giving decisions that are politically inclined. And that is one way destroying the level of academics that we are doing.
Sure.
Because take somebody who is doing accounting or auditing. Now he listens to something, maybe the finance, I'm just using in quotes, maybe a finance minister is giving.
Sure.
Looking at what the finance minister is giving, you can see that clearly there is no, it doesn't sound well. But because maybe he's politically inclined, he's also buying into it and also going to defend it as if it is good.
Okay.
So we need to make sure that we have student leaders who would also think genuinely that this is what it's supposed to be. This is not how it's supposed to be. And that way, we will let the country move forward.
All right, so let's go for a quick pause. We'll come back. We'll discuss more into the most important fundamental ethical traits of student leaders that have been downplayed because of political infiltration. Don't go anywhere, right back.
When you think of a university, you think of a place where you will go to cut out your future. And when you get there, you realize there's a lot more to it. The beautiful structures, facilities, and ambience. A place where you meet great minds, learn from each other, experience different cultures, as well as master the art of fundamental problem solving. Be part of a whole different study experience with Kampala International University, KIU, exploring the heights.
Welcome back to African Student Voice on AU TV, as we always look forward to inform you to transform you. And today's topic is very, very important about student leadership and political infiltration. So before I went on the pause, we're about to talk about the various ethical or fundamental ethical principles that as students or leaders we uphold, because that's what we must work with, aside with our values. But when political infiltrations actually come upon us, we end up downplaying ourselves, just train them away, and then we work according to this political party's agenda. Let's start with objectivity. This is one very important trait or one a principle that every student leader must put on add to his basket. You have to be objective. It means that you need to make sure that whatever that you deliver is independent of your thinking, based on conscious evaluation or whatever the matter is, and not per influence from a political party or partisan influence. So, Ibrahim, let's talk about objectivity. How can one lose their sense of objectivity due to political infiltration?
Yes, I think one loses its objectivity. First of all, I always see it as that person doesn't really know what he stands for,
okay,
and where he's going to.
Okay.
If you know what you stand for and where you are going to, it will guide you to know that every step or every decision, whether you are taking it from someone or you are taking it within yourself, there are many people that are looking up to you.
Sure.
There are many people that are learning from you, and there are many people that, being it, they are benefiting from you or they are suffering because of you.
Sure.
So you need to measure it. This decision that I'm going to take, or this thing that I'm going to accept, how well is it going to benefit the many? Mm-hmm. And how well is it going to affect them?
Okay.
Because I believe in one thing. That is why I started by saying, talking about it as in my core value.
Your values, yes.
That's the human life.
Sure.
The value of human life.
Yeah.
It's very, very important. And I always say that as Africans, if we start to pay more attention to the value of human life, mm-hmm. trust me, we'll be able to grow and then, translate that kind of idea that is within us, mm-hmm. to the human, to how we want them to understand us, yes. and how we want the direction of the continent to go. Human being is just, sorry to say, but a human is just more like an animal. Sorry to say again. Mm-hmm. You see, every wild animal in this world, mm-hmm. there's a way of always making it friendly to you.
Okay.
Based on your approach.
Sure.
So if you want the human being to start believing you, to start supporting you, to start listening to you,
or even trusting in you.
Trusting in you. How do you go by them, or how do you approach them? Is it by making them feel like they are not important to you? Is it by making them feel inferior? Is it by not letting them feel how you respect them? All these things count. So if you first of all want to let them understand you or let them respect you, mm-hmm. you first of all have to let them feel, as long as you are there, they are also, their life is important as they are to you, and safe and secured. Because it wouldn't be in a point whereby you have a situation whereby the peoples behind you are suffering.
Sure.
Then just because somebody is making you feel good or you are feeling okay, you have all the worldly things, you pretend like you don't see, but rather you want to give them something just to make them feel like everything is okay. Right. It will not happen, because when the person is going to sleep or the person is walking, how the person feel deep inside the person, you wouldn't be able to use that one to replace with money. Mm-hmm. You understand?
Yeah.
So it's high time that we have to be guided by the value of human life.
Sure.
You let them feel important. Things that need to be done, let it be done. Mm-hmm. Things that they don't need it, don't let it happen. Mm-hmm. Don't let it affect their emotions.
Yeah.
So if it affects their emotions, that is when you are coming out with something. Some of them, they might not come out physically to tell you that they wouldn't do. But trust me, spiritually, they are not with you. But if you let them feel the impact that you are contributing into their life or the value of their life, trust me, anything that you always want them to do, they will help you do without you putting much resources into it. I always give that example with Africans and then the foreigners.
Okay.
I haven't seen any video or in the physical scene that in Africa here, we've actually risked our life to save an animal. I haven't seen it. I'm yet to find it somewhere. But in the Western world, you can even see them, even if it's a cat or even a bird, inside a water, and they know that where the bird is, it will be difficult for the bird to find its way out. They don't care even using their helicopter, trying to save that bird. But African, we don't see that. And that is why we are losing lives, and we see it as normal, which is not supposed to be so.
Okay. Let me do a quick turn to Len. Len, let's talk about integrity. How far has political infiltration affected the integrity of student leaders?
Okay, so I would say, when we talk about integrity, that's what you believe in.
Sure.
Okay, and if a political association comes to you to tell you to do something, first of all, I think it's about self-actualization. Okay,
Sure.
So if you believe you are this and you set it, and they come to you and they tell you do this, you are not willing to go by what they are giving you to do. Okay, so if you've set it, you don't have to go by what they've told you to do.
Do you have a political party? Do you join a political party?
As I sit here, I can't declare.
Yeah, but you may have one.
Yes.
Good. Are you always in support of everything that they do, or you actually place their activity under strict evaluation and you tell that this was good, this wasn't good? Do you do that?
Oh, yeah, I do. I don't believe my political party is doing so well, because I never knew till last month. I didn't do much of history. I never knew till last month that Ghana was giving loans to other countries during Nkrumah's time. So that means Ghana can do more, okay? And we have so many factories that were even producing like car tires. Yes. Okay, so I believe Ghana can do more. We are in a country where the party has done 2 out of 3. Let's clap for them. They've really done well, and everybody is pushing their agenda. And you see young people, because of the 50 Ghana cedis they will get for promoting that, they are all in for it. So I think I am really objective when it comes to that. They've not done it. They've not done it. But I'm still with them because they are kind of calm. I guess you know them by now.
Okay. So it's necessary. Everybody must have a political party based on their fundamentals. You affiliate yourself to them. Okay. But that is not when at a point you find them going a way that is not actually part of the plan. You will have to speak to it. Yeah. Amen. How far or to what extent can political infiltration affect one's honesty as a student leader?
Honesty. Wow. I believe that if you give yourself up to be used by a political party, you lose the trust of the people you serve. And so if you decide that, okay, let me give a scenario. I'm working with my executives, and I said, okay, any decision I'm going to take it from maybe a political party A. That means I'm not being honest to my people, the people I'm working with. Sure. I'm going to hide things from them, because most of the decisions I'm going to take with the people who are advising me. That is that particular political party. So one way or the other, I'm not going to be truthful, because I have to lie to my executives. Okay, I have to tell this one this, I have to tell this one this, just to convince them that what I am going to do is right. and it's not going to help my...
It tells us to be liars. It makes us liars.
Yes. So it's always right for you to be, as I said, you always need to be truthful to your people. If it is white, it is white. If it is red, it is red. Don't hide from it. Look, if me, Gabson, I see something going wrong, I don't mind which political party is in power. I would say what it is. Beat me, kill me. I know I've said the right thing. That is my stand. And nothing will change me.
Let's now just try and bring it to the point at this level. Is it possible to eradicate political infiltration? If you say yes, then how can we manage it? If you say no, how do we do it? Let's use that for the last point. Is it possible to eradicate?
Eradication, no. Managing, yes.
How well can we manage this?
Well, we can manage it in such a way that now the political parties, now we have vice chancellors, we have dean of students, we have, in schools we have authorities. Now, every school, before you form an association on campus, you need to draw your constitution, send it to the dean, send it to the school lawyers. Now, there should be management on it. Now, two, because if you are coming, you need, if the administration is going to say that, okay, this and this and this is not what's going to help the school, then you take it out.
Sure.
But if they think that it should help, then they should let it go.
Okay.
That is one. Two, now, as student leaders, we all sometimes, when we are going for elections, the pricing and the money, the financials that comes in election holds us down. Because some of us are students.
Sure, just students.
And we depend on our parents for money.
Yes.
So if you are depending on your parent for money and you are going to contest an election, just imagine you are paying a huge sum of maybe 3,000 for your forms and 5,000 for forms. Where are you going to get the money from? Who do you call on to? So you have to fall on either the political parties to help you finance your campaign. So when the political party finance your campaign, it is up to you, the individual, with your integrity and your objectiveness, to be able to make good decisions that would favor the student you are serving.
Someone will say, why do you price the form so much high? You tempt me to go and accept office.
Personally, I believe that, yes, personally, it's something that we are discussing as student leaders, that pricing of forms.
Because you tempt people to accept this office.
Yes, because if you price a form at, let's say, 5,000, you are telling the student that, look, young lady, go and look for the money. Anyhow you go look for the money, we don't care. But that is not supposed to be the situation.
Okay.
It should be low so that everybody who is willing to contest should contest.
Sure.
And with that, we would curve a little bit. We will be able to manage the level of political infiltration. Because if I use my personal little small money to contest an election, I don't spend much and I win, I don't owe any political party any alliance or allegiance.
Yeah.
So definitely, if you tell me to do something, I'll have no agreement with you. Because if I tell, Len comes to me, Len, Gabson, I need money for my elections. Okay, Len, this is the condition I'm giving you. If you win, I want you to do this, you want you to do this. Len will also, because she's in need of it, she will say yes.
The hands are tied.
Yes.
Hands are tied.
So she will take it and definitely come back to do what I want her to do.
So let's talk about, so then, if you say that it cannot be eradicated, then how do we manage it in your view?
Okay, so I'll talk about it this way.
Sure.
With the pricing, actually, I'm torn between two things. So if it's overpriced, you pay for it, and you know you really worked for that.
Sure.
You worked for it to pay it, so you're going to deliver. But and it's going to be very competitive. So those are not. But I'm also with the argument that those who are true leaders are unable to buy because of maybe money. So this comes to your question of how do we manage it? And it's still finance, okay? So money stops nonsense, actually. Yeah. So if I have my money and you come to me that do this, you can't order me to do things because I'm not getting anything from you. Yeah. I buy and do everything on my own. So I don't need anything from you. So I think it all boils down to finance and also the knowledge of the leader, since even if you don't have money, actually, you don't have to wait. Even if you, okay, so I learned this from the president of National Union of Ghana Student High, and he says that 3 people that these political people have: the one he controls, the one he goes to lobby with, and the one I think he just orders around.
Okay.
Okay. So you can choose to be one of these 3.
Sure.
Even if you don't have money, you can take it, and you don't have to listen to everything the person say, because you are a good leader. The person saw it in you and is helping you. So you don't have to just be just the common 4 people around.
Great. Ibrahim, what would you want to say? If we can do it, if you can't do it, then how can we manage the situation?
Yes, for me, I think it can be taken out.
We can?
Yes.
Okay, how can we do it?
In the sense that it can be taken out with we, the student ourselves, and then the leaders that we have at the top there.
Sure.
First of all, I think Africa here, or Ghana, I'm using Ghana as an example, what we need right now is a leader who is a business-minded person, a leader who is creative, a leader who is visionary. I think Africa, what we are failing because we are choosing a theoretical leaders. We are choosing leaders with big grammars. We are choosing leaders with big schools, but not leaders with business-minded, not leaders with creativities.
I mean, we need it to go transactional.
Exactly. Because when you look at the Western world, and even just Rwanda, just here, I quite remember 2019 when the Under-20 was playing their African Cup of Nations. Even a lot of our supporters didn't want it to go because they were afraid that they can't, because by then there were conflicts here and then. The country was not secure.
Sure.
But they got this president within some few days. And trust me, even our own leaders today, they wish they can even get a 1-week leave just to go and stay in Rwanda and come back today. And when you look at the president over there, it's not about the school he has been.
You mean President Paul Kagame?
Yes.
Yeah.
And he doesn't even have a good grammar in English. But who is he? He's a leader with vision. He's a leader with business-minded. He's a leader with creativity. And what he's doing currently, whether you are a student, you are a farmer, you are a decent, the impact comes down to you.
It's balanced.
Because as I'm talking to you, from the basic level, the educational system, I'm sure he's even saying that by 2022, whether being it a village or wherever, every child will be sitting in front of a laptop.
Okay.
Factories that is now going on Rwanda currently is something that you can't get in. Even currently, they are even trying to even manufacture planes and helicopters. So this one, if you are a student there and you are growing up, nobody needs to even come and tell you that go and just in the mere speak or just in the media and say something and come and collect this. Already, as you are growing up, you already know your field.
Sure.
Because as we are sitting here, as at now, today, we don't even know our direction. That's the honest truth. Maybe I might be doing marketing. He might be doing banking. He might be doing this and other stuff. But still, we don't know our direction because when I finish today, the field is not there. When I finish today, the space is not there.
It's all political.
It's all political. So at the end of the day, I'm doing banking. Then I finish. Then you tell me that you promised me of an HR office. How do I perform there? I did marketing. I finished. And you promised me for oil and gas. How do I perform there? So that is what I'm saying, that if we want to take it, can be taken off based on the leaders at the top there.
Sure.
And as I begin by saying, we ourselves, you have to know that when you wanted the GAF's president, it wasn't only your party who voted for you. There were other parties who were involved.
Sure.
So how do you maintain them?
Yourself.
How do you maintain their trust? And how do you win them back to still be
trust.
following you? Yes.
Sure. Well, it's been a very, very, very interesting discussion because student leadership really matters to everybody on this continent, and the future of Africa depends on us. So if we begin to lose our core values and ethical foundations, then the continent's future is really bleak. Thank you very much for the time you spent on the show, the comment that you sent in. We really appreciate them. Keep watching African Student Voice on AUTV, and we promise to bring you more of this interesting and very, very important discussions for the good of the youth of Africa. I was your host, Agyemang Okyere Darko, and my guest. Thank you very much for your time. Thank you very much for your time as well, and see you next time. Bye.